Hello family, grace to you. Once again, this is Greg coming to you from FaithsMessenger.com. The title of today's message is I am not a role model. I am not a role model. Those words were a national campaign of a company whose spokesperson was a famous celebrity years ago. He was fed up with being called on the carpet for his behavior, and out of frustration, that was his catchphrase. He went on national radio speaking those words that I am not a role model. In other words, don't place me with the responsibility of raising your kids or showing your kids the right way to live. I don't believe that phrase. We are role models. As Christians, even more so, we're role models. And sometimes I look at the paparazzi, I look at celebrities and how they have people with cameras following them around 24/7, camped out in front of their homes, watching every move they make and documenting every move they make. And I talked to my wife about how miserable of an existence that must be to be under such a microscope 24/7, and then having most of the time your words and your actions misinterpreted, always in the negative and rarely in the positive. But it's true that we are watched, particularly as Christians. Our behavior, our words, our actions are watched by not only the world, but by our own Christian brothers and sisters, including the babes in Christ. They want to learn, they want to grow, and what better example for them to follow than an older brother or sister in their words, actions, and deeds. I remember when my son Jonathan was a toddler, and I was cooking. I forget what I was cooking. This is years ago, but one habit I always had was licking the knife when I was in preparation in my cooking. And I remember him sitting at the table, and I cut his meat up for him, and I left a knife a little too close to him, and him trying to pick up the knife to mimic what I was doing, picking up the knife and licking the knife. Well, needless to say, I can lick a knife without hurting myself, but my toddler son doesn't have the ability to pick up a knife and lick it and not hurt himself. So I realized graphically early on in our household that I was being watched. Every move I make was being watched, and I was being mimicked by my son. And in the same way, our actions are being watched by the world. We do have a silent regimen of paparazzi following us around and watching our every moves, and it's incumbent upon us that we portray an image of Christ that is not only correct, but that is life-giving and hope-giving and edifying in every way, shape, form, or fashion. So we are role models, and I love being a role model. I love being a marketer of Christ. I love sharing the gospel in my words, in my actions, and in my deeds. And I would encourage you to take a more of a conscious look and approach at how you portray Christ to those around you. Being a witness to his name, not only in word, but in actions and deeds, and knowing that those around us are watching our every move, hopefully mimicking us as we mimic Christ. So I'd like to leave you with that today, and I'd like to encourage you, if you haven't done so already, to subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking on the red subscribe button on your screen. By doing so, you will receive notifications when new messages such as this one are posted. And I'd like to speak to any fellow Christian YouTubers out there. I'd like to encourage you and invite you to join us in our community at micro-ministries.com. That community was created solely to help drive traffic to your Christian YouTube channel. God has given you a word, and that word needs to be seen and heard by the masses. So what we do is we offer support, encouragement, training, anything that we can possibly do to help drive traffic to your Christian YouTube channel. So once again, that address is micro-ministries.com. Now that is a private community, so you'll need an invitation. What you'll need to do is send me an email message at FaithsMessenger@gmail.com, and please paste the URL to your Christian YouTube channel in that message, and I'll send that invitation right over to you. And lastly, I would like to encourage you and invite you, if you haven't done so already, to join us on our blog at FaithsMessenger.com. We currently have over 550 individual blog posts on the blog which address a myriad of different topics. Real life, relevant topics that each one of us has to deal with in life. So once again, that address is FaithsMessenger.com. So as I leave you today, I would like to leave you with a question. Now this question can be applied to any area of your life. I'd like for you to ask yourself, is anything impossible with God? Have a great day, family. I love you, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.